Hello, everyone. This is the 20th Century Enthusiast. And today I'm going to be discussing to you relationships, how they are now and how they used to be. It's certainly an interesting topic. Always is. It has been interesting and always will be interesting. But um, like many things, they aren't what they used to be. That's not a good thing for this subject. But in the old days, from what I gather, and I do know this for a fact, people would get married sometimes at a young age and just would be happy. It would just work. They would make it work. They would fight sometimes, but in the end, they would live a happy and healthy life, and that's how it would be. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I in the whole United States, the divorce rate is just a little bit over half. Um, and I read something recently that a lot of people say, well, it's because of um, a good part of the country is uneducated, like the South or the West or Midwest, southern states that they're not as educated and they get married too early. And yeah, well, people in the Northeast there were smart and highly educated, and we get married later, so that's why the divorce rate is less in the Northeast. But even if that's true, doesn't it make you wonder, um, or isn't it kind of sad that you have to get married older? People in the old days would get married at a young age and be fine. I'm not even against people getting married if at 18 if they know what they're doing. It's worked out. I know somebody who got married actually found 19 and is happy with husband and two children. But and she also had the children when she was young too. They must have known they were meant for each other. They still seem to be, and they probably will be for life. Of course, she's like 46 now, 47. That was a long time ago. It was like 30 years ago, but that's my point. It probably doesn't happen as much now. Um, yeah, people are do too many things now that it just like the fairs, all that crap, just losing virginity to anyone. It really doesn't help. To me, uh, your virginity is a very special thing and should only be lost to the person that you plan. I mean, it doesn't always work out, but plan to spend the rest of your life with. Um, Things can change. Things may not work out with the person, but you move on and go to someone else. But when you end up wanting to marry someone, marry is a big deal. It's a commitment for life. Does anybody ever listen to the who's gotten married? Does anyone ever listen um to the vow you take? At the end of the vow, they say "till death do us part." Um, yeah, that means until you die, you need to do your part in the marriage. That doesn't mean that it didn't. That doesn't mean that until we feel it doesn't work anymore. That's not how it goes. It's a big commitment. If you want to do it, fine. A lot less people should be getting married. I agree, and I have a lot of respect for the people who get married at a young age and it works out for them. I don't call them stupid. I call them genius because they know how to make it work. And you'll find that the people who do make it work the most are actually from those states, um, from the southern states, or yeah, because they actually try. But there's a lot of problems with relationships today, and some that I can't even explain. It's just the littlest things will drive people apart, away from each other, or partly also because now a lot of guys just want sex, and a lot of girls just want to hang out with people, guys who want sex, despite them saying they want a nice guy. They actually end up with a douchey guy or douchebag because the nice guys finish last thing is really has been in effect for many years and will probably continue to be. They just do. Maybe in years to come, the girls will realize that nice guys should finish first, and they will act on it. But that won't happen until they're much older. There are a lot of nice guys that don't get a shot at love or and miss out in even in the younger years where it would be awesome to be involved. But nope, just the all the idiots get the girls, and they don't care about the girls at all. They just care about their bodies and what they have to offer for the man's pleasure. But so it just doesn't help. Um, until something's done about this, until I mean, there's really not much you can do. It's just society. But if something was to be done about this, then the rates would get the divorce rate would go down because people would end up with the right people, would just make it work and not worry so much about what it means if you have singles set on Facebook, um if you don't text them back immediately or something in a relationship. Things happen. And people don't do anything special for people anymore. Let me show you something in this suit. I probably showed it the first episode, but I think it's very special meaning for the girl that would be mine eventually. And nobody else I've seen my age would do this. Remember, I'm 19, just so everyone here. This is a pocket watch. Goes very well with my classic look, which is part of the the whole 20th century enthusiast thing. I'm very big on it. I find it fascinating. And in this watch, you can probably see here, let me get that out of the way. There's a empty place down here. Now, I've been told by many that where's the pocket? It's supposed to you're supposed to put a loved one in there, preferably in this point a girlfriend or wife, and that's exactly what I intend to do. I don't hear anyone else, any other person my age saying that. Actually, heck, I don't even know any other teenager my age that likes to dress like this, thinks it looks cool, and owns a pocket watch or a fedora or any other classic look. They may own a suit, but definitely not the third piece, which I got recently. Not the vest. So yeah, it just tells you about today's man and today's woman who will basically sleep with anyone, sluts, and yeah, that's how much they've changed. I used women used to be. I used to have more respect for them. Yes, they wanted their rights, but this to do anything they wanted. But this is ridiculous. They got their rights. I admit. So in some ways, they were better off without them because in that place, in their place like that, they didn't do stupid shit. It's a shame I have to say that. I really think everyone should have equal rights, but back then it was different. They didn't do this. And the same with men. I mean, they always had the same rights. They were always ahead with rights, but I don't know what it was. They didn't. They were more polite and they treated their women better, even though women they didn't have to, because women were beneath men. But yet they treated them the same anyway. So the woman can be whatever society wants them to be. Anything could be whatever they want them to be. It's up to the individual to decide. If they want to make them equal to themselves, that should be special to the woman. And that's exactly what it was. So yeah, I think that's pretty much does it for this video. The bottom line is relationships need to change, and people should think before they do things. But and go looking for someone that they can actually be compatible with for life or for a long time, and not, at the very least, and not just look for a one night stand, something they can do and then just have fun talking about. I don't care about that at all. I'll care when you come to me with someone you may be with for the rest of your life. Then I'll care. I'll care to the point where it's a nice thought, or I'll be proud for that person. That's impressive. It's hard to come by. It's way more impressive now than it ever was because of all this insanity going on with people. It needs to change, but I don't think it ever will. So yes, this has been a production by 20th Century Enthusiast, myself, obviously, and I hope to see you in my next video, or I'll hope you're watching it. Until then, I will see you all later, and thanks for watching.